What up? What's happening? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? We are in effect. We are in the place to be on a pro basketball playoff Friday night. We are in effect. Check us out. What's going on? How is everybody running tonight? These playoffs have been as advertised. 100% they have been. I cannot and will not argue that. I think that this has been something that's been legendary. But with that being said, I want to have a heart-to-heart with you guys tonight, and I want to get down to something pretty serious. And that thing that I want to get down to that's pretty serious is exactly that. So when we have players that we gravitate toward, right? When we have players that we see who are just basically players that you love, and you see it early on. You see these players early on, and there's a reason why you gravitate toward these players. An example that I'll give you, when I was a kid, and I didn't get to see him nearly as much as I would have liked because he was on the West Coast, but I was a big-time Clyde Drexler fan. Big-time Clyde Drexler fan. I love Drex. I thought Drex was fantastic. I thought as a kid, when I saw Drex early on in like 6th grade, I was like, I love him. He's awesome. He wasn't Jay good, though. That doesn't make him any less awesome, though. He just didn't have that. He had everything else. He just didn't have that. And it was obvious that he was never really going to develop that. And I had to accept that about him. But that didn't lessen how I felt about him as a player, because ultimately he was still awesome, right? Ultimately, he was still the high flyer, the finisher at the rim, the defender, everything that I loved in a ball player. He was all of those things. So with that being said, I love Drex's game. He just wasn't 23 good. That's all. He just didn't have that thing that 23 didn't have. And that doesn't lessen him. That doesn't lessen how good of a player he was for me. He just wasn't 23 good. When I was a kid, I thought David Robinson, I couldn't get enough. Left-handed, money mid-range, ran like a deer. And you guys that know me know how I feel about the big man. You know how I feel about the big man. You know how much I love the big man. You know. And when I saw David Robinson, I thought that he was fantastic. His ability to rebound, how smooth his game was, his ability to glass clean. He was a big guy, and how they ran the offense through him, how he could play the finesse game, but also in the process of playing the finesse game, he could also play the rough and rugged game too. He was a rim protector. He was a defender, glass cleaner, could play rough and rugged. He did all of those things that big guys did. He just wasn't Olajuwon good. He didn't have that thing that Olajuwon had. Did that lessen how I felt about David Robinson? No. I still wore the sneakers. I still wanted to be a big man because of guys like him, because I loved everything about his game. But he was never Olajuwon. He didn't have that thing that Olajuwon had. And when I first saw Jayson Tatum not at Duke, I saw him at Duke, but when I saw him in the summer league, in the summer of 2017, I'm like, that kid's going to be a star. I wasn't on the fence about it. I didn't think possibly. That kid's going to be a star. Like how you guys, you young guys out there, when you see Brandon Miller, when you see guys like that, and you're like, yo, that's my guy. He's going to be that's what I saw when I saw Jayson Tatum in the summer of 2017. that guy's going to be a star. I'm digging his game. And I got on that train. Now, over the years, there have been some disappointments. Sure, there have been some disappointments. There have been some inconsistencies, and I've understood the issues with those inconsistencies. I understood them. And the reason why I understood him, because one, he was young. Two, the way the team was built around him. And three, the fact that when he came into the league, what he was put up against when he first came into the league. And he wasn't touted to not just start, he wasn't touted to be what he was so early. When he first got to Boston, he was supposed to play behind Gordon Hayward. That's what he was supposed to do. He was not supposed to play. He was not supposed to be the starter. No. He was going to play behind Gordon Hayward and get groomed because Gordon Hayward had just gotten there from Utah. He was going to get groomed. Right? He was going to get groomed. So with that being said, the process kind of got sped up. Why did it get sped up? Gordon Hayward broke his leg. So here we are, right? Here we are. 7 years later, an all-pro multiple times, an all-star multiple times, been deep into the playoffs, been to the NBA Finals, been to the Eastern Conference Championship. It's almost like with Evan Mobley, where I wanted him to be something faster than what it was happening. And I couldn't really accept it initially, but I can say for certain that thing that I'm looking for in him, he's shown that he has it. That thing that I'm looking for when I watch those other guys, he's shown that he has it. The problem is, all right? The problem is he hasn't shown that he can display it on the regular. That's where the separation comes in. So, as good as Dwayne Wade was, he had that thing. He had it. It was clear that it was there, right? It was obvious that it was there. He wasn't 24 good, though. 24 had that one thing that you can't teach. He had that one thing that no matter how many jump shots you shoot, no matter how hard you go, he had that thing that you can't teach. And that's to stay in the gym. That's to keep going. That's to not let anybody off the hook, ever. Don't let him off the hook. Don't keep going. Pound him into the ground. Russell had it. Chamberlain had it. Bird had it. Magic had it. Jabbar had it. Do I think Jayson Tatum is going to be an all-time great? Yeah, I do. But it's difficult when I watch him shoot sidestep threes off the dribble against Jonathan Kuminga, who at the time was a rotation player. That's hard. That's hard to watch. It's hard to watch him when I see his game and I see how he can get downhill. I seen him finish at the basket where he's dunking on guys. I'm thinking that's something that should be that's something that you should be doing regularly. That ain't something that should be a highlight. Like, whoa, did you see that? No. That should be something that should be expected. That's something that's something that I should get from him. And because of that, because I don't, it's disheartening because I see it. See, when I watch Evan Mobley, I see it. And I know it's there. That thing. I know it's there. Because I've seen it in other guys. That thing with that thing I talk about that's there, I know it's there. And when I watch guys like Evan Mobley, I know for a fact that it's just a matter of somebody bringing it out of him. Pau Gasol had it. It was Bryant who had to get it out of him. That's what mattered. It wasn't just him having that dog in him. It was other people having to bring it out of you. It happens. It happens. As good as Bryant was, Shaq brought that dog out of him. Shaq brought that dog out of him. As good as Scottie Pippen was, Jordan brought that dog out of him. I think that I think that there are players who have it in them. It takes somebody else to bring it out of them. And once they bring it out of them, now we get to see who this guy really is. Ticket TV, what up, you chump? My man Ticket in the house. I just want to shout out my man Ticket real quick. My man Ticket in the house. What up, chump? You ain't get enough of me earlier today? Uh-huh. You ain't get enough of me today? I gave you the business earlier today. You want some more? I'll give you some more, chump. What you talking about? I thought I already gave you the business earlier today. Definitely can give you some more if you want it. Definitely could give you some more if you want it. But with that, right? You need guys. I feel like when a guy's got that dog in him, you do need guys to bring it out of you more. You either got it or you don't have it. I don't think that people can put that dog in you anymore. When I watch Jayson Tatum, I feel like he has that dog in him. I think that he needs somebody to bring it out of him. I'm on record saying that I'm coming into practice. I'm starting to fight with him. I am. I'm probably going to get reprimanded by management. I will. I'm probably going to get somebody from management that's going to pull me aside and tell me to knock it off. That's going to tell me that I need to calm down and I need to lay off the kid. But ultimately, yeah, I'm starting him and DeAndre Ayton. I'm starting to fight with you 100% because I see it. I know it's there. With dudes like you, I know it's there. We just got to get it out of you. And it's obvious that, hey, man, you're a good player. You got good this. You got good that. That stuff works in certain instances. But then there's times when, you got to snatch a dude by the collar. Oh, man, you better than this. You are better than this. And if you don't get on, I'm going to make sure that you get on your job because you're better than this. I know you better than this. I'm not on the fence about that. I'm not thinking maybe. I'm not thinking possibly. I know you better than this. And I know for a fact that Jayson Tatum is better than this. I know he is. I don't think he is. I know he is. Just like I knew when I was growing up, Scottie Pippen was better than that. It was Jay who had to get it out of him. It was Jay who had to get it out of Horace Grant. We knew James Worthy was better than what he was in the finals in '84. It was Magic. It was Jabbar that had to get it out of him. You better than this. You better than that. It was Pat Riley who had to get that thing out of him. Had to. Otherwise, he was just going to be okay. And have that kind of talent, just being okay, that's not good enough. It's not. When you have that kind of talent, just being okay is not good enough. It's not. So when I watch these dudes, right? When I watch these dudes, Jayson Tatum in particular, and any of you guys that know me know how I feel about Jayson Tatum. Y'all know how I feel about him. Will he ever be in the best player? Will he ever be the best player in the NBA? I don't think so. Will he be in the conversation for best player in the NBA? Yeah, I do. I do believe that. It's just a matter of him. It's getting it out of him. We're in year 7. We're in year 7. and you got to be better. I think he's playing good, though. It's not like he's playing bad. He's just not scoring the basketball as well as some of you guys may like. Now, with that being said, it's kind of a double-edged sword because if he goes for 35 and they lose, see, I told you he couldn't carry. It was empty. I told you he couldn't do it. It was empty. I told you he couldn't get there. It was empty. But when he is doing what he's doing, where he's as good as he is all around, nah, that ain't good enough. I'm down with this kid. I think he can do it. He might not have that thing that you see from Anthony Edwards. He might not have that. No, he might not have that. But he might not have that, but I can tell you right now, he definitely got the other stuff. Definitely. I believe that. Definitely got the other stuff. I think my man is here. So I gotta give me a second and I'm gonna get right back with you guys. Right? Give me a second, I'm gonna get right back with you guys.
Man,
what up?
shut up, man.
What up?
10 minutes. I got 10 minutes for you, man. Man, shut up, man. I heard you in here lying, talking about some Shaq bought it out of Kobe. How Shaq bought it out of Kobe? He ain't win nothing until he played with Kobe. Kobe bought it out of Shaq.
No, that's
Kobe
the point, Ticket. That's the point, Ticket. You missed it, Ticket. That's
Kobe
the point.
didn't bring it out of Shaq.
Yes,
you said
he
Shaq
did.
bought it out of Kobe.
Yes, he did, Ticket.
You said Shaq bought it. How did he bring it out of Kobe?
Yes, he did.
He didn't win nothing. How did he bring it out of Kobe?
Right.
And he didn't win nothing until he played with Kobe.
And here's the
why he ain't bringing out Penny then?
Here's the difference.
Why he ain't bringing out a Penny then?
Actually, he did.
Why he ain't bringing out a Dennis
But he
Scott?
did though, Ticket.
Why he ain't bringing out? He did. He lost. He
did. And
man,
let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question. And this is the manipulation that people talk about with you, Ticket, because you don't.
I ain't manipulating nothing.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Let me ask you a question, Ticket. Why? Answer this question for me, Ticket. Why did they win? Why? Explain why they won, Terry. Explain why they won, Ticket.
Because Kobe got on Shaq ass. That's why.
No, try it again, Ticket.
Why he ain't win with Eddie Jones number 4 then?
Ticket. There's the difference. The difference is he needed Bryant to be that.
Why he didn't win with Eddie
Bryant
Jones?
wasn't that.
No. Since you said he bought it out of Kobe, why he ain't bring it out of Penny? Why he ain't bring it out of Dennis Scott? Why he ain't bring it out of Nick Anderson? Why he ain't bring it out of Horace Grant? Why he ain't bring it out of Eddie Jones? Why he ain't bring it out of goddamn Cedric Ceballos? Why he ain't bring it out of Nick Van Exel in LA before Kobe started playing? Why he ain't do it then?
The reason why is because none of them dudes was Bryant.
Man, you're lying, man.
None of them dudes was Bryant, Ticket.
You're lying, man.
Eddie Jones, Ticket, listen. Pay attention. You're not listening. Listen. No, you're not. No, you're not. You saying why he didn't bring it out of Eddie Jones? Eddie Jones wasn't Bryant. He didn't have that thing in him that Bryant had. He didn't. Why didn't he bring it out of Horace Grant? He actually did bring it out of Horace Grant. They ran into the Bulls. What are you talking about? They ran into the Bulls. They ran into the Bulls.
He won with Jordan?
They ran into right.
Horace Grant won with Jordan.
And Jordan brought that out of him.
Right. So why
Shaq
didn't bring it out of him then?
Shaq in year 4? That's not the same Shaq in year 8. That's not the same dude.
Hold on, you the same one today.
It's not the same guy. This is ridiculous.
You're the same one today till LeBron peaked in year 5. No excuses, man.
You know you're ridiculous now, Ticket.
What was Shaq putting up in year? What was Shaq putting up in year 4? What was Shaq putting up in year 4?
He wasn't the same player, Ticket. That's wrong, and you know that's wrong.
What was Shaq putting up in year? Hold on, but what was? I don't give a damn what you say. You can't. What was he putting up in year 4? Yes, he was putting up. What did he put up?
I think he was like 26.
Right. So why he ain't? So he was there. Why he ain't bringing out?
No, he wasn't. So Shaq in 1995, Shaq in 1996. He's the same dude in 2000. The 30 and 14 dude. That's the same dude.
So why he didn't? So
this is what I'm talking about.
So hold on. So when he went to LA,
hold on, Ticket. This is where you're wrong at. No, this is where you're wrong at, Ticket. This is where you're getting it confused. You're getting it confused because he needed Bryant. When he was at the point in his career, he needed Bryant to be that. And he knew Bryant had that thing in him. And he knew to get it, he knew how to get it out of him. And Bryant knew that. Yo, I need to be better in order for us to win. He knew that.
Man,
that's not news. I'm not lying, Ticket. You're not listening.
Bro. You're a liar,
You're just not listening. And
he didn't need that. hold on. So my question is, since you're using the young, okay, well, he wasn't young when he went to the LA. Why he didn't bring it out of Eddie Jones, and why he didn't bring it out of Nick Van Exel when they won 60 games? It still lost.
The reason Ticket, we're talking about two different players. Nick Van Exel didn't have what Bryant had in him.
They
Eddie
won
Jones,
60 games.
Ticket, pay attention and listen.
They won 60 games.
Right, and you know why they won 60 games? As good as they were, you know why they won 60 games? Off the strip of arguably the best big man in the league.
Man,
Eddie Jones was an all-star.
Why he couldn't close the deal then?
Because he wasn't good enough.
Man,
that's
all
why.
Right then. All right, hold on. All right then. So then when Kobe came along, Kobe made him good enough then.
No. Kobe had that thing in him that Eddie Jones didn't. Same reason why
Eddie Jones was an all-star.
So Ticket, how come Eddie? So Ticket, how come when Eddie Jones in 2005?
Eddie Jones was a perennial all-star.
No, that's not the point, Ticket. How come when Eddie Jones in 2005? How come he wasn't? How come he wasn't able to get it in 2005? Meanwhile, Dwayne Wade in 2006, Shaq brought it out of him too. Explain that, Ticket. Because Eddie Jones was on that team in 2005 when they lost to the Pistons. Meanwhile, in 2006, he was gone. Dwayne Wade was on that crew, and he brought it out of him. Explain that. Lying. No, I'm not lying. See, here we go. When we bring up points that you can't combat, I'm a liar. Ticket, I'm sick of you. I'm sick of you, and I'm sick of everything that you did.
I'm sick of you. I will see you
on Monday. You bum. I will see you on Monday. You bum. I will see you on Monday. You bum. Absolutely, I will see you. You bum. I'm talking about you, the final boss. You ain't the final boss. I'm the final boss. That's right.
Why you capping for Jayson Tatum?
I'm not.
Why you capping for Jayson Tatum?
I'm not capping.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's all you do is cap. All you do is cap for losers. That's all you do, bro.
I'm capping for losers, really?
That's all you do.
Just so you know,
all you do. And all you've done is make excuses for Jayson Tatum year after year after year, bro. You sad, bro.
You still haven't told me what year that they could have won the NBA championship. You still haven't told me.
I just told your ass.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't, Ticket. No, you didn't. You still haven't told me what year they could have won the NBA championship. You still didn't.
What year who could have won?
Who we talk? Yes, you still haven't told me what year they could have won the NBA.
Last year, the year before that, you the one picked them last year.
No, I didn't. I picked Denver last year.
You did say it was going to win the championship last year.
Go rewind the tape, Ticket.
You're a damn lie, man.
Go rewind the tape, Ticket. This is what I'm talking about.
Man, you going to lie to them people like that, bro. Everybody on here knows. Everybody on here knows you. Everybody on here knows you was picking Jayson Tatum last year, bro.
No.
Bro, stop lying, bro.
What I said was Denver is the most.
That line not good. That line not good for you, bro.
You talk about me. All right, Ticket. I'll see you on Monday. That's what I'll do. I will see you on. Yeah. Chump. I love Ticket. Oh my goodness. That's my man, yo. That's my dude, Ticket TV. Like I was saying. And my man Ticket will make a guest appearance. If you don't know Ticket, right? If you don't know Ticket, go check him out. Ticket TV. It is the stuff. It is the stuff of legends. Ticket TV is necessary. I'm not saying that Ticket TV is good. Ticket TV is necessary. You need to see this dude. It is incredible. It is captivating. This is who Ticket TV is. I'm trying to tell you something. But when I think about, excuse me, when I think about what guys have and what guys don't have, it is necessary that a guy gets it brought out of him. Ticket brought up a really good point. Why wasn't Shaq able to bring it out of Eddie Jones? Why wasn't he able to bring it out of Nick Van Exel? Those guys didn't have what Bryant had. Eddie Jones, who I'm a huge fan of, I'm still a big fan of Eddie Jones to this day. But Eddie Jones didn't have what Bryant had. He didn't. And Bryant knew that in order for us to get to where we're going, I got to get better. And Shaq knew it. You got to be better, B. You have to be better in order for us to get to where we're going. And he did. He got better. Which would explain why they got where they were going. You have to, I feel like there are guys who have that thing in them. They have it in them. It's just a matter of getting it out of them. It's just a matter of getting it out of them. Shaq got that thing out of Bryant, especially when they won it. Especially when they won it. I'm not doing any playback tonight. No, I'm not. With that being said, Right? With that being said, Jayson Tatum, does he have that thing in him? I've seen him go after guys. I watched him last year in Game 7 in these finals with that dog in him. I watched him in Philadelphia last year in Game 6 when they're down, and if they lose, they're out. I watched him in game, excuse me. I watched him in Game 6 in Milwaukee. They're down. If they lose, they're out. I watched him when they played, excuse me. I watched him when he played Brooklyn in 21, and they're about to get swept, and he puts 50 on Brooklyn. He's got that thing in him. It's just he hasn't had anybody like Jordan who could keep him in the gym, who can teach him how to be that. He doesn't. I think he has that thing in him. He just needs somebody around him regularly to bring it out of him, and he doesn't have that. That's the difference. I think he's got that thing in him. I don't think he's one of those players who's never going to be what I think he's going to be. I just think that I think he needs somebody to get that one thing, like that thing that Anthony Edwards has in him, right? That thing that Bryant had in him. That thing. I think Jayson Tatum has it. He just doesn't have anybody to bring it out of him. And I think that's the difference. That's the difference right there. If he had somebody like that to bring it out of him, I think he'd be so much better. So much better. I'm not off the Jayson Tatum train. I'm just accepting more and more as time goes on. I'm just accepting who he is. I'm accepting who he is. And I feel like great players, they all have it. They all have that one quality. It's just a matter of who's got more of it, who's got the bigger fight. Like Bryant, for example. I keep bringing up Jay, right? I keep bringing up Jordan. I keep bringing up Jabbar, right? I keep bringing up Magic, Lajuan. Like Lajuan had that thing in him. Rudy Tomjanovich brought it out of him. And not everybody, it doesn't work with everybody, the forceful approach. No, that doesn't work with everybody. Tim Duncan had that thing in him. It was just it's just a matter of how you bring it out of him. It was Rudy Tomjanovich who made it clear to Olajuwon, you the baddest mother you know what on the planet. You could take this guy wherever you want. You could get whatever you want with him. We are going as far as you take us, big fella. We're going to ride the Hakeem Olajuwon train. And he's got guys with him who also see that too. Kenny Smith, Vernon Maxwell, Otis Thorpe. They know it. And they make it clear to Olajuwon, big fella, we riding with you. You take us there. And he didn't need a Jordan ass kicking. No, he didn't need that. He needed that other encouragement. Big fella, we here with you. We're riding with you. You're our leader. We going with you. And when you get that type of encouragement, you see what happens. Same thing with Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan wasn't a rah-rah guy. No. Tim Duncan's not a rah-rah guy. Tim Duncan's not a in-your-face type of dude. No. As mild-mannered as Tim Duncan is, he was a killer. But it was Greg Popovich who brought it out of him in a different way. Greg Popovich wasn't the rub your back, hey, Tim, listen. You have to be better. No, He held him accountable. Big fella. This rebounding isn't enough. You got to be better. Big fella. You got to score the basketball more. And it wasn't, you suck. No. No, it wasn't that. It was not that. It was constructive, right? It was constructive. And because it was constructive, it worked. It worked. And to watch a guy like Jayson Tatum have to be that guy, I think it's dope, to be honest with you, because I really get to see who he really is. And I feel like he needs somebody to bring that thing out of him because he's got it. I'm certain that he has it. I'm not on the fence about it. I don't think maybe, I don't think possibly. He has it. It's just a matter of somebody bringing it out of him. There is no sense of urgency with him. He's the guy who's comfortable where he is. Not necessarily comfortable where he is. I don't want to say that. That's not true. He just doesn't have a guy that is going to make him be better than what he already is. Make him better. Yeah, I did say that, book boy. You going off these one playoffs. Keep your mouth shut and pay attention, goofy. Now, like I was saying, these playoffs are showing me, what the league is becoming. This playoffs is showing me where the league is going. And if Minnesota ends up bouncing in Denver, this is going to be our 5th different champion. 5. This is going to be our 5th different champion in 5 years. Talk about parity, man. Wow. We haven't had that since the 70s. Yep. We haven't had that since the 70s. And Gerald, I'll tell you what, Gerald. I'll tell you what you can do, Gerald. Not only are you not going to let it slide, you can bounce. You can go. Beat it, goofy. Yep. Goodbye. You can go. Now, moving forward, man, I know it's there. I do. I 100% know it's there. And it's just a matter of getting it out of him. And when he does get it out of him, it happens to all the great players. I feel like it happens to all the great players. As good as Jordan was, he needed Scottie Pippen to get in the gym and be better. Well, when Scottie Pippen got better, that bigger dog came out of Jordan. And I'm not on the fence about this when I say Jayson Tatum is from St. Louis. And he ain't from the nice part of St. Louis. Let's be clear about that right now. Jayson Tatum is not from the nice part where the money is in St. Louis. No. Jayson Tatum is from where we might get our lights cut off part of St. Louis. He's from, I might have to watch my back, St. Louis. You can't be soft being from that part of town. You can't be. And I know that a lot of you guys, when you see him, you get wrapped up in the light skin thing. Nah. I don't care how light skinned you are or what you're about. When you from that side of town, one or two things is going to happen. You either are going to get in or you're going to get out. Those two, it's not going to be, there is no in between. You either get in or you get out. And him being raised in that environment, him being raised around that, you can't sell me that he's soft. You can't sell me that he's soft because I don't think he's soft. No, it's just a matter of him having to get that dog that's in him. It's just a matter of him getting that dog that's in him, it coming out more than anything. I feel like that's the key here. What up? What up? What up?
Rob, sure you hear me?
What's up, brother?
I want to agree. I want to agree with you about Tatum. I think he has all the skills to be a number one. The thing is, if you're saying that something has to bring out of him, then I wonder if then the question is now, is he a number one option? On a team that is a championship ready team. I was thinking about it as well. I was thinking like, talking about the players, that had that in them. I was thinking, what players do I see that in that kind of, all right, now it's time for me to get what I need to get to. I need to win now. You had it in Michael Jordan. You had it in 1990 where he went to the Eastern Conference Finals against the Pistons, and you tell he was coming. And the next season, it was like, I'm gonna crush your throat. I'm coming back for you. I'm gonna kill you. You had it in Shaq to a certain degree, with even him closing out against the Trailblazers in 2000 when they came back from 13 points down. You could kind of tell there's that switch. And then they get into the finals and he just kills the Indiana Pacers. Then you get LeBron James. I would say LeBron James out of all of them is a little bit different. LeBron James, and with Kobe Bryant as well, but with LeBron James, he's one of those ones where it's like you can break LeBron James' confidence, and I've seen that happen quite a few times in playoff series. But if he's up, he's going to kill you. There is that kind of he's going to crush your throat. There is not those games in Boston in 2012 when he was 45, 15 and 5. Those games there kind of show what he's made of in that sense. Even the Pistons game it was early. You can kind of see that glimpse of it. But there was, I think, happened between 2008 and 2011. I think he lost a lot of confidence over that point because the criticism started to mount up and he was starting to be called unclutch and he wasn't necessarily winning all the time. So I think that broke his confidence. But then he came back with Tatum, like you said, and I think the biggest thing that you said to me, and I agree with the most, was that sense of urgency. There's parts where I watched Jayson Tatum play and I'm thinking, he doesn't realize what's going on in the game at this point. And I think sometimes the way he plays versus the moment, I think he's still, even in year 7, he's still in that mode of, I still feel like I need to win the game. Whereas I think the greater you are, you don't necessarily need to apply that pressure to yourself to win this game. You have very good teammates around you. And the reason why I'm saying I don't think he's going to get it is because he's been in too many high leverage moments for me to still have this conversation at this point. And he had them too early. So he has been in the conference finals in 2018, 21, 22,
20, not 21, 20.
20. He was in 20.
In the bubble.
22, he was in the Eastern Conference. He went to the finals in 20.
He got to the East Finals in 20. He was in the East Finals again in 22 in the NBA Finals, and then last year he was in the East Finals.
So he's been there 4 times now, and I believe he's going to be there.
It's 18, 20, 18, 20, 22, 23, and then this year, and I feel like this year they're going back.
So 6. So he's had what? So Jayson Tatum started in 2017. So in
2017. So this is going to be, if they go to the East Finals this year, it'll be 5 times in 7 years he's been in the East Finals.
5 times. That's a dominant run.
Yes, it is.
I think to a certain degree, at a certain point, when do we start to see that? Because you've played in a lot of big games. And to me, it felt like the best he's played, obviously, was when he went to the finals, obviously. But I think, to me, with Jayson Tatum, is that it's the ebbs and flows. When you're a big time player, I don't expect you to have perfect games every single night. But I think with Jayson Tatum, and he kind of reminds me of in the AD kind of realm. When I'm not saying that you're not a big time player, but your baseline is there's too much of a discrepancy between your baseline and a poor performance. So if I'm watching like a Kobe Bryant game, he may go for 8 for 25 and he may score 25 points, but the effort is still there. There is still kind of dominance over the entirety of the game. Because I feel like if Jayson Tatum's not scoring, I'm not really sure what he's doing. And I think there's you need to see that growth in his game. I need to see him be able to kind of control the tempos of the game and not lose the game in that kind of sense.
But
so I think
with your point, I mean, haven't you seen glimpses of that? Because you just brought up him being in big games. You've brought that up more than one time. But haven't you seen him play in big games and perform in big games and be a big time player in big games? You saw him in the playoffs in 18. You saw him in the playoffs in 20. You saw him in the playoffs in 21. You saw him in the playoffs in 22. You saw him in the playoffs last year. So you've seen him.
54 points in Game 7, I said, against the
51.
Sixers.
Yes, sir.
51 points.
Right, and in that same playoffs, in Game 6 against Philly, if they lose to Philly, they're out. For him to go for 16 in the fourth like he did, him 18 in the fourth, and basically throw the crew on his back. You've seen him perform and basically take the game over. You've seen him do that in Milwaukee when they're down 3-2 and go into Milwaukee with 46 on them and 10 rebounds. You saw him do that. You saw him before they're about to get no Jaylen Brown, by the way, and they're going to get swept. You see him put 50 on Brooklyn with KD, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden to avoid getting swept. You've seen him do these things. So it's not a matter of can he do it. It's not.
It's when he does it.
That's it. It's not a matter of because it's obvious that he can do it. And like I said, Amari, I've seen whenever you show me that you can do something, I don't expect you to do it every time, but I expect you to do it more times than you don't do it.
Oh, absolutely. But I also think that the concern for him is the discrepancies between when I see you play great versus when I see you play below average. And for me, it's like with Jayson Tatum, even with the last game, I think I can't remember his shooting splits, but it's to me, it's why is there such a big discrepancy between when you play to your normal levels versus when you're having a slightly off game? That's my concern with him. It's too vast. So when you're in a finals matchup and you're not doing what you're supposed to, I mean, he shot 38% in the finals against Golden State.
Yes, he did. He was bad. Yes,
and he was terrible. And in the series before, he was fantastic, against Miami. And the thing is that why are we watching somebody who, and I think again, I don't like to necessarily always go to the intangibles debate, but I think when it comes down to Jayson Tatum can be relatively schemeful, and I think defenses do affect him. So I think one of the things as well with him is that we're going to have to see that growth for when the point is, if yes, the defense is there, but what can you do to stop me? And I still think there's still that part of his game that needs to develop. And I also think that the shot IQ is also, and I've said this for a while actually with Jayson Tatum, and this is my main concern. I don't think he's soft. I don't think you can win that much. I think that kind of criticism of him being a loser. You tell me who your favorite player is, and I can tell you that they haven't been as successful as Jayson Tatum in the last 5 years. Unless it's Giannis or unless it's Jokic, they haven't been as successful as him. They haven't.
Not. No, they haven't.
They haven't. So when people kind of do this loser claim and then they'll tell you their favorite player is Trae Young, I don't get it. I don't get when they will kind of do that narrative talk. But for me, it's like what how I see it is with Jayson Tatum is this may be narrative talk, but sometimes I feel like he plays to the moment rather than the actual thing that's going on in the game. So I think that he's down 10 in the fourth quarter. He feels like he needs to make a big three. And that's actually what happened in the 2018 conference finals. If you remember, with Terry Rozier and the Boston Celtics, where essentially speaking, they were down 2, I think. And Terry Rozier drives in and he does like a step back three. And I remember the commentary saying, why did you do that for? They didn't need a free. And I feel like that's what Jayson Tatum does in moments. So it's going to be interesting to see how he plays over these playoffs. I don't think Cleveland is going to beat this team. I don't think they don't have enough. Cleveland, they don't. Donovan Mitchell is putting everybody on notice though. But I think there's a reason for why people have taken to Anthony Edwards more than they have with Tatum in his first 2 years, because there's something. Tatum is special, but with Anthony Edwards, there's almost something a bit. So he's so cerebral, and that's what Jayson Tatum is missing. He doesn't have the cerebralness, and that's the reason why I think people don't look at him in that way. There's a cerebralness with Kobe. There's a cerebralness with LeBron, Steph, Jordan.
You don't think he's smart enough?
No, I don't.
You don't think he studied the game enough? Wow,
no,
that's interesting.
I don't think he's a very cerebral player, Jayson Tatum. I think when you get those kind of cerebral players, I think it's when the coaching staff, it's when the organization, they look at you and think, this guy's going to beat our entire team. And there's nothing I can do. I think coaches don't look at Jayson Tatum like that. So they scheme him in ways. You can see I've seen when coaches react to LeBron when he's coming down, even Giannis from a certain point when you could just see that the Phoenix Suns just didn't know what to do. They tried to build a wall and he just kept going through that wall. And I just think that there's the points of the game where he needs to just think about what's going on. And I think the IQ, I don't think he's not a low IQ player, not by any means. You don't win that much. He's gone to the conference finals more than something like Russell Westbrook. You don't win that much again without being a smart player. Right. But the cerebralness, that kind of thing of I need to put you away at this moment in time and not let the game slip from me. That is what's missing with Tatum for me. And I think he could win a championship. This season is the best time he win a championship because it's a flux. The Nuggets, in my opinion, we're going to see his games in a couple of hours or so. I think they're going to go out to the Timberwolves. I don't think that's much for a debate at this point. Unless they come back and win 4 straight, then I can see that. But in essence, I think the Nuggets are struggling to adjust against the T-Wolves. So they're going to go out. Now then you have a young team in Anthony Edwards. If the Minnesota Timberwolves now go to the finals and they play, who would they play in the conference finals? They'll play either the Mavericks or they would play the OKC Thunder. If they play the Timberwolves in the finals, they can beat the Timberwolves, I think. They can also beat the Mavericks. I think the problem is that the 2 guys that they're playing, if they don't beat them now, they'll never beat them. That is.
I will not argue that, Amari. I feel like if they're going to do it, this is the year to do it. I do feel like I will not argue that. I feel like if they're going to do it, if they're going to get it done, this is the year, because it's not going to get any less difficult than it is this year.
And they're better than them.
Yes.
And the 2 guys coming up are better than the guy. They're better than Tatum. but I think they're not better enough than him. Like, I don't think he could have beat the Nuggets, but he can beat anybody else. And I think that's where it comes into it. It's kind of just quick point before I head out with it, but like with the San Antonio Spurs, if you look at the San Antonio Spurs, as good as they was, if you notice, every time they won a championship, there was a flux in the league. Every single time, it was basically
when they won it in '99. There was the
Yep.
lockout season in 2003 when they beat the Nets. Jason Kidd had just gotten traded to the Nets. The Lakers were kind of in a bit of a turmoil. They were in a bit of a transition when that happened. What I don't want to do is I don't want to discount what San Antonio was doing. I'm not going to do that. No,
but they won it at the right moments.
Yes,
before
the rise. To your point, you have to strike when the iron is hot.
Exactly. Before the rise of the Lakers, the end of the Lakers, before the rise of the new Lakers, they won again with the end of the Miami Heat. That's basically how they won, and the Celtics need to be in that moment. If they don't take this moment now, I don't see another opportunity, especially as the league is now going to go into the next set of generational players, and Jayson Tatum won't be in that next elite tier of those players, maybe just underneath them. I think it's now or never for him. And
this is one of those opportunities. Sure, this is one of those opportunities. If you don't do it now, it's going to be hard to do it moving forward. Not to say that you couldn't do it, but if you don't get it done now, you might have to wait a long time. I mean, Olajuwon took him 8 years to get back to the finals.
Yeah, and he missed the playoffs.
Yes, and he missed.
And I love him, but his resume, not to say his resume, but his legacy outside of those two finals is very interesting. And if you don't, but the fact that he won it back to back and defined himself as the second best player of that generation easily, so it made him a legend in that sense. Same with Dirk. I think Dirk is in that same kind of category as well. When you win it in 2011, you get there in 2006, you get kind of beaten by the next big thing in Shaq, and in Dwayne Wade and Shaq, get beaten by generational type players, and you have to get back there to 2011. There was no way Dirk would have beat LeBron in 2012. No. There's not a chance in hell. But that's when you have to win the championships, and you can see it right now. The parity is at its highest. Again, the parity in the league is at its highest. Sure. And you have to make sure that you win it now. And I think he has to make sure, and I think he feels that. And I think the injury to Porzingis that's a concern.
Concern. Huge. No doubt about it.
Changes their floor. Anyway, I head out.
All right, brother. Good to talk to you.
Take care, Jim.
What up?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, what up?
Chill, I think one of the biggest things with JT is that I didn't like what he said in the post-game interview. I got this vibe of a guy who really didn't care what he was putting up. Like, did you get that kind of feeling too?
No, I didn't. I did agree with him in the ass. There is a sense of urgency that I don't think is there yet. And, everybody overreacts. Like, I don't think Cleveland's winning another game in this series. I don't.
I think so as well, but, like,
I don't.
25, like, Donovan Mitchell outplaying him in that fashion, like, yeah, I don't think that should be happening.
Well,
like,
what exactly is it that you guys are looking for from him, though? That's my question. Like, what should he be? At this point
right now,
what should he be?
In terms of numbers?
No, just as a player. Where should Jayson Tatum be right now?
I think Jayson Tatum should be an elite scorer and an elite rebounder for his position.
Is he that?
Is he? Yes, he's an elite scorer. He's an elite scorer.
Now, let me ask you this question. Is he playing like that?
No, he's not playing like that.
So those two things are not the same thing. He is an elite scorer. You saw him average 30 a game last season.
Yes.
You saw him average 27 a game this season. He is an elite scorer. I think he led all small forwards in rebounding this season. So he can rebound. So he is doing that. The question is he doing that?
No, he's not. He's not doing that right now. But chill, the attitude is different though. Like, did you watch Jaylen Brown's post-game interview?
I didn't. No.
Jaylen Brown he got to business and he immediately said that was an unacceptable performance. Meanwhile, it was an unacceptable performance. But meanwhile, I'm listening to Tatum over here talk about, people just expect us not to not lose a game. The world expects us to not lose a game. It's like, it's not that we don't expect the Celtics to not lose a game. We don't expect you to get your ass handed to you in your home court.
That was unacceptable. Yes.
Like, there's nothing. Like, we don't expect that.
To get blown out on the home floor? No.
Do you think you think they still can get past this Cleveland team though, right? You still think so?
I don't think Cleveland's winning another game in this series. I don't.
What do you think is going to be their cap?
What do you think whose cap is?
Like the Celtics cap, like where is their ceiling now?
I think they win the NBA championship. They lost
You
one
still
game.
think so?
Yes, I do. See, this is
Oh,
this
okay.
is what I'm talking about. You dudes get like what happened when they played against Miami? Here come the Miami Heat. They smoked them.
No, I still think they're winning. I'm just like I
here
thought
we
you
are.
thought the KP injury was a bigger concern.
It is. It still is a big concern. It's just going to be a lot harder to do it, but I still think that they're going to do it. I think that it would have been less difficult with KP, but I still think that they could do it.
Well, he's going to be back. He's already putting up shots. He's practicing.
I think he's done for the playoffs, to be honest with you.
For the playoffs?
Yeah, I do. I think
he'll be back by conference final time for sure. Because he's already practicing.
It'd be great. It'd be great to get him back. To be honest with you, it would be great if you could get him back. That'd be great. But I'm not counting on it.
I don't know, Chill. I just expect more from Tatum. I think I thought personally, in terms of numbers, I thought he was going to be like 30 and 10 and like be insane in the postseason because he has so much experience now. But it's pretty disappointing to see him put the numbers that he's putting up right now. It is. Don't you think that he should be better right now?
He's doing a lot of the other stuff. And the fact that they still winning, that matters. I feel like that sense of urgency isn't there. And I'm not going to overreact over one game. I don't. We can have another conversation if Cleveland wins again. I don't think they win in another game in this series, but we can have another conversation. But it's kind of a double-edged sword because if Jayson Tatum, if he goes 35, 12, and 6 and they lose, you can't carry. Donovan Mitchell outplayed you. But if he goes 22, 10, and 7 and they win, you on a bomb squad. So it's kind of losing.
Chill, do you think he's a Pog-ass soul in terms of personality? Like he needs someone to yank that.
What is it that you're looking for from Jayson Tatum? That's my question from you. What is it that you want to see from him that you haven't seen?
What is it that I want to see? Better play.
Okay,
better play in the postseason.
Okay, so you've seen that from him already, right? You've seen him
right.
Not this season, but last season. You saw how awesome he was in the playoffs. You've seen him be awesome in the playoffs. Okay, yeah. So why are you alarmed by what you're seeing right now? Do you think he can turn this around?
Yeah, I do, but I mean,
right, so what's the problem?
Let me give me an example. Last season, did he play bad in the first round? Did he play bad against Atlanta?
He was all right. He wasn't great, but he was good.
But he was good though, right? He was solid. You think he was good in the first round against Miami? You think his shooting splits were good?
Yeah. So because he's not shooting the basketball, he sucks. Okay, he's not scoring very well. Okay, I can get with that. But I think that there's such an overreaction to this dude because it's not like he's completely terrible. Okay, he's not shooting the basketball well. He can turn this around because you've seen him do better. Have you not?
Yes, I have.
So what exactly is it that you want? I want the
consistency. There you go, consistency. I'd like for him to do it on a consistent basis.
That's what I want. That's what we talk
about. I'd like to see that on a consistent basis. I don't want to see a 35 and 12 game, and then the next game it's like 22, 7 rebounds on piss poor shooting splits. That's not what I want to see.
Me neither.
Me neither. I know he can be that good, right? I know we can put him in conversations like best small forward in the game. I know we can, but I'd like to see more consistency from him so we can actually make a better argument for him.
There we go.
That's what I want from him.
And we can't right now because of what he's doing. We can't.
Right. Wouldn't you like to chill?
I would love to come in here and go, yo, Anthony Edwards, Luka, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, you all take a back seat. I can't say that right now because of the way he's shooting the basketball. I can't.
Right. So wouldn't you like it if he was putting up, like I said, 30, 10 good shooting splits, and we can actually have a conversation?
To be honest with you, I don't think he's got to be 30 and 10. I don't think it's got to be that. I think if it was something like 27, 10 on great shooting splits, and they were rolling teams, I'm so loving that. I don't think it's got to be 30 and 10.
We can't do that now because you're shooting bad.
Luka isn't shooting great. Luka is not shooting great, but they're winning. And that matters. Nobody's talking about Luka's shooting splits. Nobody's talking about that. But that's fine. I understand it.
Despite the fact that if Luka's offense isn't going, you're not getting much from him. He's not going to do anything on the other side of the basketball. That's besides the point. But yeah, chill. Like that's really it. I just wanted to get your opinion on what you wanted more from Jayson Tatum and what you actually thought of what was going on in that last game. Like why the Celtics really shit the bed. So
I think I lost him.
hello, can you hear me?
I got you.
Yeah, I just wanted to know like what went wrong yesterday is what I'm trying to get at. Like what went wrong? What went wrong?
Well, first of all, what you stand on is your long ball shooting. I mean, that's been your staple the whole season. That's just who you are. And the fact that you go 7 for 33 on the long ball, and that affected everything else in your game. You didn't defend, you didn't rebound. You lost out on all 50-50 balls. Not only did you lose out on all 50-50 balls, you basically got out toughed. Donovan Mitchell got whatever he wanted, whenever he wanted. Your drop coverage on Darius Garland was piss poor. You having Luke Cornett on the floor, I thought he was serviceable, but him in the pick and roll, that just doesn't work. It just doesn't work defensively because he's more of a rim protector and a rebounder. When you drag him that far away from the basket, he's not nearly effective. He's not nearly as effective as a defender, and that just doesn't work, right? That just doesn't work. And because that doesn't work, this is what you get with the Boston Celtics. They've got to be better. 100% they got to be better. I think you're up here wanting me to hold their feet to the fire. Yo, the Celtics sucked yesterday, Jay. They were bad. Okay, I got it. Are they going to suck on Saturday? Let's find out. How about that?
No, I wanted to know like what was gonna. No, I don't think they're gonna suck on Saturday. I don't think they're gonna suck on Saturday.
They sucked yesterday. They weren't bad.
I wanted to know like what your thoughts were on yesterday. Like
I don't
like if this was cause for concern or anything.
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't think Cleveland's winning another game in this series. I don't.
Understood, Joe.
Nope.
Well,
all right, brother. Good to talk to you. I did say that, Max, and I still stand on it. And when did I say it, Max? You keyboard warrior. When did I say that, Max? I said that in the beginning of the season. I said that. So don't sit up here and say, like I said that 2 days ago. Dudes make me sick with that garbage, man. Y'all do. What up, Leaf?
What up?
What up?
Well, just like you, I'm not concerned about that Cavs series, but I will take a word from your vocabulary. The series doesn't start till the home team loses basically a home game. So it started last night.
Yes, sir,
so I mean, even though I don't think the Cavs are gonna win another game in this series, I mean, it is what it is, man. But let me get to something that I know I'm gonna be 100% right about. The Dallas Mavericks being finishing this series in 5.
I had him in 6. I had him in 6, but okay.
I got him in 5, and let me explain why. Jason Kidd adjustments is absolutely impeccable, and we have to credit it to the fact that you know what he did yesterday in that game. He got Kyrie to come off the pill. How many times you keep saying that? Yo, Kyrie, you gotta come on. When the last time you seen Kyrie Irving have 10 assists in a playoff game?
11.
When the last time you seen that? You ain't see it with us. You damn sure ain't see it with Cleveland.
I don't remember, to be honest.
You damn sure ain't see it with Boston because you talked about how bad he was in them series. So listen, for Jason Kidd to have him get off the pill and get the others involved and move the ball around faster, the defense, listen, they basically said, yo, SGA, you got to beat us. None of these other dudes, they ain't beating us. SGA, you got to beat us. You got to get the job done.
Don't leave out, Leaf, that Kyrie Irving, I'm sure you saw it yesterday. Am I going crazy? Did I see a defender last night?
Yes, you did.
I just want to make sure I ain't going
crazy. You did. Yeah,
okay.
Yes, you did. But the thing is, you're seeing it more consistently. You're seeing more effort. Okay. Now, in terms of Luka, I mean, I wouldn't say that's a lost cause, but I damn sure don't agree with the bullshit that Bobby said and that y'all had in the short. I don't agree with that. No. Hell no. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's not funny. That's despicable for somebody of his caliber to even put that shit in motion. It was disgusting. It was gross. And I'm gonna tell him about himself the next time I see his monkey ass. So and you should have told him about himself right then and there, but you let him get away with that.
I was trying, Leave. I'm like,
you let him get away with that bullshit, bro. And I was mad.
What's
you
going
let him
on,
get away with it.
I'm crazy. I said that we getting fired.
You let that man put up an actual marker board and give the game plan, and then a whole bunch of people in the chat was just like, "Hey man, what if that worked?" No, it ain't gonna work.
I told you, we as coaches we getting. If I'm on Ox staff,
everybody's fired. Everybody's out of here.
We go.
So I'm glad Jason Kidd didn't listen to none of that balagna that he was spitting. So listen, the thing is, Jason Kidd made plenty of adjustments, bro, just basically in one game, and I think that the fact that that they now know what to do, and now they know how to contain this team because they know what they saw based off of that first game. They know. Listen. They know keep check. Listen, neutralize the others defensively. Yo, SGA, if he gonna beat us, him and himself gonna beat us. But he ain't gonna beat this whole team. I saw a better game from Tim Hardaway. I saw a better game from the shooters. I saw a better game from PJ Washington. I saw a better game from Daniel Gafford. A lot of hustling, sticking. Listen, going in there, going to get the boards, doing the dirty work. I saw a lot of game from a lot of the others on this team.
If you're gonna leave PJ Washington wide open, I'm knocking down shots. I'm just gonna knock down.
That's a fact. I don't care. I don't care if he played with the Hornets. I don't care if he played with the Hornets 5 of the last 6 years. I don't care if Daniel Gafford was on a lottery team 2 of the last 3 years. They still players in this league.
You're not gonna leave me wide open. That's not.
You're not gonna leave them wide open. Now another series that I want to get on, bro. Like in. I had made a short the other day because I refuse to talk about anything that's going on in the Eastern Conference. So I'm going to stick to this series. The Minnesota series. And I ain't going to lie to you. Minnesota is dominant as they are in this series defensively. And as much as they've quote unquote broken the Denver Nuggets, I hope Denver comes back and win this series. You know why? Because they decided to give a makeup MVP. And we talked about this. They did not want to have that conversation last year. They didn't. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. They decided to give up oops, that's our bad. Let's give you this MVP.
They squared it. No doubt.
Yeah, they squared it. And you know what's going to come back to haunt their ass? If Joker come back in this series, and win the whole damn thing again.
Why would that haunt them?
It would haunt them because I already know the agenda of why they gave it to him in the first place.
But he still but it's not. It wasn't unwarranted though, Leaf. It's not like they gave it to him out of pity. No, we had to square it. But you definitely deserve the league MVP this season. It's not like we gave it to you we didn't just give it to you just to square it. We didn't give it to you like we picked your name out of a hat. All right, we jerked you last year. You had a pretty good year this year, so we're gonna give it to you this year. No, he was still awesome this year.
Yeah, but here's my thing. My real problem is looking at the voting. The first place votes 79-15 to 4.
You know why, Leaf? And I've said this to you countless times. The reason why these awards, league MVP, defensive player of the year, the reason why these awards are validated is because it's attached to winning. That's why. If you look at the Minnesota Timberwolves, they're at the top of the league. They got the best defense in the league. If you look at Joker winning the league MVP, he's tied for first place. This attached to winning. Right. That's why. So if it wasn't attached to win, we can't. And I'm on record saying this, and I'll say it to you, Leaf. If we're being honest, you didn't give up about what Kevin Love was doing up in Minnesota for them 6 years when he was 26-12, when he was 25-13. You know why?
No.
Because you didn't care because that dude wasn't in the playoffs.
Right. But at the same time, Luka is in the playoffs. SGA is in the playoffs.
Right.
And the thing is, and we kept saying to ourselves, we had this conversation all season about Luka. If he could break it, if the numbers read 32 or 33 or 34, 9-9, and he top 5, well, Brad, that has to be a splitting point to where they can give it to him. Because we saw somebody average a triple-double. If you telling me 1 assist off and 1 rebound off, he would have got it, bro. Like he would have got it at 34, 10 and 10. That's what it would have took for Luka to get it at a 5th seed.
Well,
that's what it would have took for SGA to get it at a 1st seed. 34, 6 and 5.
No, I don't think it was that, Leaf. I think that who Luka is. So let's take that 34-9-9 that Luka was doing this year. Let's subtract that. Let's make that 34-9-9. Let's make that 29-9-8. And let's put Luka. No, let's keep Luka in Dallas. And now Dallas is a number 2 seed. You think Luka wins the league MVP?
29-9-8. It depends on his competition.
And
because
no. The same. We doing the same thing. Joker's in it. SGA is in it. All these dudes is in it. Luka went 29, 9, and 8 this year. Dallas finished with the number 2 seed in the Western Conference. Who's the league MVP? Who's the league MVP?
Not Luka.
Yes, it is. 100%.
No. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why it's not. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why it's not. The reason why it's not is because the thing is, you're not taking away SGA's numbers at a number 1 seed. You're not taking away Joker's numbers, which is basically what 27, 12, and 8.
26, 12, and 9.
26, 12, and 9 at somebody that's tied for number 1.
That's what. But hold on. So again, I'm not taking their numbers away. I'm adding Luka's numbers, and I'm making Dallas better. Denver is not tied for first place. Dallas is tied for first place in the Western Conference.
Dallas is tied for first. Okay, so this is what you're doing. You putting Luka in Joker's spot.
That's where I'm putting Luka at. I'm putting him in Joker's spot, and I'm taking some of his numbers, that 34, 9, and 9. I'm taking that down to 29, 9, and 8 on better efficiency, and Dallas is better. Luka's the league MVP, yo.
Okay, so you saying it's based off of winning? I'm thinking that you mean winning history.
No.
Now if you saying just this year, then I give it to him. If it's based off of winning history, I'm not giving it to him. That based off of the winning history of it, I'm giving this shit to SGA because correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't Dallas outside of the play-in last year? Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't SGA?
They didn't make the playoffs last year. No.
Wasn't SGA like a 10th seed with OKC last year? Correct me if I'm wrong. So if it's just coming down to them and we swapping Joker out for that, and we seen Joker win an MVP at the 6th seed. We seen him win an MVP at the 6th seed when he was giving us 27, 12, and 7?
Yep.
We saw that. So the thing is, I'm thinking, how does this shit really add up when you turning 34, 9, and 9 in the 5th seed from Luka to 28, 9, and 9 to a 2 seed? When there was players around the league, I don't know, Giannis at a top 3 seed in the East doing basically the same shit while Joker basically won MVP as a 6th seed. We saw that.
No, but the Joker in 22, he had something different. That was an anomaly. He basically had the same season as Jabbar did in 75, 76. But that ain't the point. The point is if if Luka is doing what he's doing and they're the number 2 seed, I want you to remember something now, Lee.
Mm-hmm.
SGA, Jalen Williams, J-Dub, and Josh Giddey was all on that crew last year. The addition of Chet unlocked everything that's going on in there. He made Jalen Williams better. Jalen Williams improved his game, but Chet made him even better.
Bro, they went up 9 seeds.
Right. He made SGA better. Not only did he make SGA better, he also made Jalen Williams better. He made Josh Giddey better. Luka, his numbers go down. Meanwhile, they get better. And when I say they get better, I mean they get substantially better. They go from a team that didn't make the playoffs last year to a team that's a number 2 seed that's tied for first place. And Luka is almost averaging a triple-double considering everything that he had done previous to that. How much does his game change? I think Luka is the league MVP if that happens.
I got a question because call me crazy, but like everything that you just said about Chet, it sounds like you think he the most important player to that team than SGA is.
When LeBron James said that they got that Chet unlocked Oklahoma City, everybody was nuts. When I said it before the season started, when I said that they were going to be a playoff team because they have this one thing that they didn't have last year, chill, you crazy. Chill, you don't know what you're talking about.
But
when
based
LeBron
on
James said it, when LeBron James said it, wow, you know what? He's got a really good point. I said the same thing, and I said this 8 months ago.
Look. Listen, you did say it. Yeah, I do remember you saying it. But call me crazy, bro. Like if you're telling me that Chet Chet is solely it has the highest responsibility of why this team is where they is. I'm like, I mean, I'll give him some credit. I mean, I'm not ready to throw the full book bag on him. I mean, but I'll definitely give him some credit. SGA 34, 6 and 6 and Jalen Williams trying to peak at a somewhat an all-star numbers.
I think he averaged 30. I think SGA averaged 31 this year.
31?
Yeah.
What was it, 32? Okay, 30, 31, 32.
And he led the league in steals too. So
and he leading the league in steals.
Now
My thing, call me crazy, but if you telling me that Chet has the whole book bag, has a bigger book bag of the success of this team, I don't know if I'm riding with that.
You don't have to. The proof is in the pudding. When you got a 17-7 rim protector, stretch five, who can stretch the defense, dragging big men out, guarding the rim like he guards the rim, that makes us so much better. That makes SGA so much better. That makes Jalen Williams so much better. That makes Josh Giddey. That makes all of these dudes. Not only that, Chet had one of the best rookie seasons in history. The problem is he came in the same year as Wemby. That's the problem.
Yeah. Listen, I would agree with that.
That's the problem. He would have won if it wasn't for Wemby. He would have won Rookie of the Year going away if it wasn't for Wemby.
If it wasn't for Wemby, if it wasn't for a lot of historical rookie seasons. But final thing. How does Denver come back in the series?
They don't. I don't think we're going back to Denver. I said that a week ago.
So you ain't got a game plan at all.
I don't think we're going back there. What they did, this is what they did, Leaf. They came on Flatbush Ave and punched the bully in the face and said, "This is my block. This is my block."
Well,
go get your boys.
I'm on Flatbush Avenue right now. That's why, because I'm laughing.
Go get your boys.
They ran on Flatbush Ave, and they ran up to the bully and punched him in the mouth and
said, "Go right in his face in front of all his boys. Go get the rest of your boys. We'll whoop their ass too. This is our block now."
Hold up. Wait. Listen, I think Minnesota definitely gave the Denver Nuggets way more than a wake-up call than they bargained for. However, I think that if there's a way to beat Minnesota, if there's a way to beat Minnesota, Denver is probably one of the few teams that could figure that out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has to be, because
actually flip that around. Flip that around. What you just said. You don't got to figure out how to beat us. Y'all the champs. I said before, I said that I thought Minnesota was the only team that could challenge Denver. I thought they'd wipe the floor with the Lakers. I was actually saying, I was hoping that the Lakers could avoid them, because me and you had this conversation. Teams duck smoke all the time.
Yes, they do.
Can we get somebody to take care of these dudes?
The thing is, it's like the crazy thing with the Lakers series, I think Denver was kind of lazy all the way into the fourth quarter, bro. I didn't see no real assertiveness for a team like the Lakers to have over 150 something minutes leading in that series, and still don't like the Lakers' problem was fourth quarter endurance, and they just couldn't close. That's what that was. That was their real problem. And then the Nuggets basically saw that and was like, you know what, we could be lazy, we could be lackadaisical. I think the Nuggets carry that into this series for all of the wrong reasons. Now you told me that there's a team that can challenge Denver. It's Minnesota.
I did tell you that.
If we really are honest about it, the only team that can challenge Minnesota has to be Denver.
Oh, I think the winner of this series wins the Western Conference. I
think the winner of this series wins the whole damn thing.
You ain't the first person I heard say that. You're not the first person I heard say that. The winner
I think they win it convincingly. So if it's Minnesota, they win this shit convincingly.
We're gonna find out. We definitely gonna find out, Lee.
We definitely gonna find out. You on tomorrow?
I don't think I'm on. I don't think I'm on this weekend. I don't.
Mm-mm. You ain't on tomorrow morning? All right, I guess.
So chill. I am on tomorrow at 12. Yes. I am on tomorrow at 12. I thought you meant any of the games this week.
Yeah, no. Tomorrow, morning.
Yeah, I am on at 12. Hey, I'm on at 12 at Chill with Chill. Yes, I am doing that.
All right, yeah. I'll catch you around that time.
All right,
man. Let me get off Flatbush Ave, man, before I get choked out here.
Yes. Out. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all over the world, it's been real. It's been fun. It's about that time to shake the spot. It was good to see you guys tonight. I definitely enjoyed it. I had my man Ticket TV come through for a couple of minutes. It was super dope. You know where to find me at if I'm not here. I'm on Player's Choice, 11 to 2, Monday to Friday. TikTok, Chilltown 32, 9 a.m. Good Morning NBA, Monday to Friday. And I'm here You know where to find me at. I am not hard to find. The traffic that I used to have on this channel, it's kind of lightened up. So whenever you see those notifications, it's me. In the future, whenever you see those notifications, it is me. So with that being said, I will see you guys soon. Until then, put on a suit, drink water, don't drink and drive. Hey man, it's Mother's Day weekend. Call your mother. Call your mother. But before I go, I got a super chat that I have to deal with, right? I have a super chat that I have to deal with that I can't go yet. Jay Clip says, so you feel like it's more of a mental thing with Tatum versus him developing his game? 100%. 100%, Jay. I think it's more of a mental thing than it is anything else. That's exactly what I think it is. What separates the great players from the good players and the good players from the average players? Jimmy Butler is a prime example. Jimmy Butler steps on the floor, and Jimmy Butler is under the belief, one, you're not going to make me play like you play. And I'm better than you at my game than you are at anything else. And not only am I better than you at my game, you're not going to make me play any other way. I'm the baddest you know what on this floor. I'm better than everybody else out here at what I do. None of y'all dudes is better than me. That's the difference in this. That is definitely the difference. You can't. I heard Jayson Tatum say, I feel like I'm the best player on the floor. Well, if you believe, I'm not sure if he believes that. I think when Anthony Edwards says it, I really think he believes that. When he steps on the floor, it ain't one of you dudes out here that can see me. Not one of y'all. It's not one of you dudes out here that's better than me. Not one of you. I'm better than all of y'all. And I'm not just better than all of y'all at what I do. I'm better players than all of you dudes. It's a confidence thing, 100%. But I will see you guys soon. Until then, put on a suit, drink water, don't drink and drive. Hey, man, it's Mother's Day weekend. Call your mother. Call your mother. When last time you talk to your mother? I'll see you guys soon, man. Until then, take it light, but take it. Absolutely, man. It was good to see you guys tonight. No doubt about it.